right, if you're struggling with sleep, a lot of factors could be to blame. Stress, irregular schedules, or poor mental health, just to name a few.
Yeah, but what you eat and when you eat also play a really big role. Bandier is a pediatric and family registered dietitian and joins us now with some tips to use foods to get better sleep. Nice to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Let's dive in. How does nutrition actually impact your sleep?
Nutrition has a significant impact on sleep. For example, diets high in added sugars can cause more sleep disturbances, and diets low in fiber and high in saturated fat can reduce the amount of deep sleep you have, whereas a healthy diet high in fiber, fruits and vegetables can actually improve your sleep quality.
All right.
So give us some example of some of those foods that can help you get a better night's rest.
Sure. Some categories are these 4 categories. 1, magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds and almonds. 2/3 of us are actually deficient in magnesium. So if you take these foods, it can help you sleep longer. Another category are protein foods high in tryptophan, such as chicken and turkey. You know, after a Thanksgiving meal, you feel sleepy. But actually, tryptophan is needed for serotonin and melatonin, both which are needed for sleep regulation. So it can help you fall asleep faster. The 3rd is tart cherry juice.
I like that one.
Yeah, it tastes great, and actually studies have shown that it helps you have better quality sleep because it's a dietary source of melatonin.
Oh, wow, okay.
And the last would be foods high in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon and sardines, because actually diets low in these foods are linked to more sleep disturbances.
So if you look at a night's sleep, you wake up the next day and you go, I had a terrible night's sleep. Can you blame food for that?
Yes, some foods actually can cause that. For example, foods high in caffeine, but even unsuspecting sources of caffeine like dark chocolate, and caffeine can make it harder for us to fall asleep. Also, foods high in added sugars. These types of diets are linked to greater insomnia.
Sure.
And lastly, processed foods high in saturated fats have been linked to less total time asleep.
Okay, so how does the time in which you eat dinner actually play into this?
Ideally, you want to have dinner about 2 hours before going to bed, especially if you suffer from heartburn or indigestion, so your body has time to digest the food. But on the other hand, you don't want to go to bed hungry because that'll make it harder for you to fall asleep too.
So there's some general rules because we want people to walk away with something where they go, okay, tonight I can try to implement this. General rules adults can follow anyway to use this information to sleep a little bit better.
Yes, aim for a diet rich in fiber, fruits and vegetables, and decrease the amount of sugar and processed foods. Avoid caffeine 8 to 10 hours before bed. Yes.
We both groaned at that one.
It stays in your system for a long period of time.
8 to 10 hours.
That's the most difficult, I would say. And the last one is try to have dinner about 2 hours before bedtime.
Okay, so what about these rules for the kiddos? Do the same rules apply?
It's very similar for kids. A review study looked at kids and their sleep quality, and they found that kids had less time asleep if they had poor diet quality and had soda or stimulants before bed. So the same advice for kids. More whole foods, less sugar, and processed foods.
I'm still back on the 8 to 10 hours of the caffeine. Allie, it's good to see you. Always nice to have you. Such good information all the time. Appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
For more nutrition tips, you can follow Allie on Instagram at Bandier.